Good afternoon everyone. Myself Sonali Tambe from Department of Pharmacology. Today we are going to discuss criticize, correct and rewrite prescription, that is CCR. This is a first CCR. Our problem is a patient suffering from alveolar abscess has been prescribed as follows. Criticize the prescription RX injection benzathine penicillin 2 lakh unit intramuscular stat capsule amoxicillin 500 mg TDS, that is 3 times a day, vitamin C tablet 500 mg 3 times a day. And the questions are: is the above prescription correct? State reasons for your answers. Rewrite the above prescription in correct and proper way. So here patient is suffering with dental abscess, that is alveolar abscess, and he was prescribed injection benzathine penicillin, capsule amoxicillin and vitamin C. Here benzathine penicillin and amoxicillin both are penicillin. So first we will see what is dental abscess, what are the symptoms of dental abscess and what is the treatment for dental abscess. And then we will discuss what is penicillin, what is the mechanism of action of penicillin, what are the uses, adverse effect and what is the antimicrobial spectrum of penicillin. And then we will discuss this problem, right? So first we will discuss what is dental abscess. Now what is dental abscess? Dental abscess is a localized collection of pus associated with tooth. Okay. So there is a pus formation inside the teeth or gums. Okay. So this pus formation is occurred due to the bacterial infection, mostly Staphylococcus aureus and Streptococci. These two organisms are responsible for dental abscess. After pus formation, patient will suffer with throbbing pain near a tooth or in their gums. Okay, he also suffer with fever, swelling, inflammation and bad taste in the mouth. So these are the symptoms which are related to the abscess, dental abscess: throbbing pain, fever, swelling, inflammation and bad taste in the mouth. There are three types of abscess, dental abscess: gingival, periodontal abscess and periapical abscess. Now what is the treatment for dental abscess? Okay, we know that dental abscess, it is a bacterial infection. So patient should take proper antibiotic therapy. Generally antibiotics and analgesic drugs are used in treatment of dental abscess, right? Patient should treat according to the type of dental abscess. If it is not treated properly, then the infection could spread to the gums and bone of the mouth. So dental abscess should be treated by dentist, and patient should take proper antibiotic therapy along with analgesic drug. So this is the treatment for dental abscess: antibiotic with along with analgesic drug or anti-inflammatory drug. So today, first we will see what is penicillin, what are the mechanism of action of penicillin, what is the classification of penicillin, what are the antimicrobial spectrum of penicillin, uses, adverse effect and drug-drug interaction of penicillin. Now, what is penicillin? Penicillin, it is a beta-lactam antibiotic, right? It is a beta-lactam antibiotics. There are four different groups of beta-lactam antibiotic: penicillin, cephalosporin, carbapenem and monobactam. All are beta-lactam antibiotics. Now the question is, why they are called as beta-lactam antibiotic? Because all of them have beta-lactam ring in their chemical structure. That's why they are called as beta-lactam antibiotic. Okay. Next, what are the sources of penicillin? Penicillin is obtained from fungus Penicillium notatum and Penicillium chrysogenum. Okay. Now coming towards mechanism of action of penicillin. Penicillin inhibit cell wall synthesis of bacteria. But how? Penicillin inhibits cell wall synthesis of bacteria. We know that bacterial cell is made up of peptidoglycan layer. Bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan layer. This peptidoglycan layer which provides strength and stability to bacterial cell wall. Bacterial cell. Right? So this peptidoglycan layer is composed of two chains, peptide chain and glycan chain. Glycan chain, that is polysaccharide chain, right? There is a cross link between two peptidoglycan chain. There is a cross link between two peptidoglycan chain. This process is known as transpeptidation reaction. Okay, and this transpeptidation reaction is catalyzed by penicillin binding protein. Okay, and penicillin inhibit this transpeptidation reaction, means it inhibit penicillin binding protein which is responsible for transpeptidation reaction. Okay. Now coming towards classification of penicillin. Penicillins are classified into two classes, narrow spectrum penicillins and extended spectrum penicillins. Okay, narrow spectrum penicillins are further classified into two classes, beta lactamase sensitive penicillin and beta lactamase resistance penicillin. Okay, beta lactamase sensitive penicillins are natural penicillin and beta lactamase resistance penicillins are anti-staphylococcal penicillin, right? So penicillin V, penicillin G, procaine penicillin G and benzathine penicillin G are natural penicillin. Okay, penicillin V is an acid stable penicillin and that's why it is administered by oral route. It is not destroyed by gastric acid. Okay, that's why it is acid stable and it is administered by oral route. Whereas penicillin G, procaine penicillin G, benzathine penicillin G are acid labile, means they are destroyed by gastric acid. That's why they are administered by parenteral route, like intramuscular and intravenous. Okay, then beta lactamase resistance penicillin. Beta lactamase resistance penicillins are anti-staphylococcal penicillin. Cloxacillin, dicloxacillin, flucloxacillin, methicillin and napcillin. These are anti-staphylococcal penicillin. These penicillins are highly active against Staphylococcus aureus. Okay, cloxacillin, dicloxacillin and flucloxacillin are acid stable. They are administered by oral as well as parenteral route. Okay, and methicillin and napcillin are acid labile. That's why they are administered by only parenteral route. Then extended spectrum penicillin. Extended spectrum penicillins are sensitive to beta lactamase enzyme. We know that beta lactamase enzyme which is produced by microorganism. Okay, which is produced by microorganism. Extended spectrum penicillin, ampicillin, bac ampicillin, tal ampicillin, amoxicillin. These are amino penicillin. Okay, and these are acid stable penicillin. That's why they are administered by oral as well as parenteral route. And carbenicillin, ticarcillin, piperacillin, meslocillin, azlocillin, these are acid labile. That's why they are administered by parenteral route. Now coming towards antimicrobial spectrum and uses of penicillin. We know that penicillins are highly active against gram-positive microorganism. Natural penicillins are highly active against gram-positive microorganism. Okay, gram-positive microorganism like gram-positive cocci, gram-positive bacilli. Okay, natural penicillins are highly active against Streptococcus pyogenes, Streptococcus pneumoniae, Streptococcus viridans, Enterococci, beta hemolytic streptococci, then Clostridium tetani, Clostridium perfringens, Corynebacterium diphtheria, Bacillus anthracis, Listeria monocytogenes. It is also active against, these natural penicillins are also active against pyrochids, that is Treponema pallidum. That's why penicillin is a drug of choice for treatment of syphilis. It is highly sensitive to penicillin. That's why penicillin is a drug of choice for treatment of syphilis. Then natural penicillins are also have activity against some gram-negative microorganism like Neisseria meningitidis and Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Okay, which produce meningitis and gonorrhea respectively. Then anti-staphylococcal penicillins. Anti-staphylococcal penicillins are active against methicillin susceptible Staphylococcus aureus, then Streptococci and Streptococcus viridans. These anti-staphylococcal penicillins are used in septicemia, endocarditis and cellulitis. Okay, cellulitis. So, the penicillins, natural penicillins are highly active against gram-positive microorganism. That's why they are drug of choice in various treatment like tetanus, diphtheria, syphilis. Okay. Then aminopenicillin, ampicillin and amoxicillin, both are aminopenicillins. They are highly active against gram-negative microorganism like Proteus mirabilis, Salmonella, Shigella, some E. coli and H. influenzae. It also have activity against Staphylococcus aureus, some group of streptococci, Streptococcus viridans, Enterococcus, Listeria monocytogenes. But they have highly active against gram-negative microorganism except Pseudomonas, because these microorganisms are lacking in porine channels. That's why these ampicillin and amoxicillin have no activity against Pseudomonas. Then piperacillin and azlocillin, they are iridopenicillin. Okay, they are highly active against gram-negative aerobes. Gram-negative aerobes like Proteus mirabilis, Salmonella, Shigella, E. coli, H. influenzae, Enterobacter, Pseudomonas aeruginosa and Klebsiella species. Okay, they are highly active against gram-negative microorganism. Piperacillin is a drug of choice for Pseudomonas infection. Then carboxypenicillin, carpenicillin and ticarcillin. They also have higher activity against gram-negative aerobes like Proteus mirabilis, Salmonella, Shigella, E. coli, H. influenzae, Enterobacter and Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Then therapeutic uses of penicillin. Therapeutic uses of penicillin. Penicillins are active against both gram-positive as well as gram-negative microorganisms. So penicillins are used in pneumococcal infection, streptococcal infection, staphylococcal infection, meningococcal infection, gonococcal infection, syphilis, diphtheria, anthrax, rat bite fever, listeria infection, Lyme disease. So these are the uses of penicillin. Now coming towards adverse effect of penicillin. Hypersensitivity reaction is the major adverse effect with penicillin. Okay. Before administration of penicillin, you should done skin sensitivity test. Okay. Skin sensitivity test should be done before administration of penicillin because it may causes hypersensitivity reaction in some individual. This hypersensitivity reaction is characterized by skin rashes, fever, eosinophilia, angioedema, serum sickness and anaphylactic shock. Anaphylactic shock, it is an immediate type of hypersensitivity reaction. Okay, it is a medical emergency and it is for treatment of anaphylactic shock, adrenaline is a drug of choice. It is administered by intravenous 0.5 ml 1:1000 ratio. Okay, it is a drug of choice, adrenaline, for anaphylactic shock. Then how to prevent the occurrence of anaphylactic shock? Okay. Then how to prevent the occurrence of anaphylactic shock? You should ask allergic history to the patient before administration of penicillin. Okay. You must make skin sensitivity test before administration of penicillin. And the penicillin is made up before it is injected. The injection of penicillin is made up before it is injected. Then third point is, as a number of penicillins are replaced, then the skin test must be done again. And after every injection, all of patient must be observed and the drug for an emergency treatment are prepared at any time. Okay. So we can prevent anaphylactic shock. Before administration of penicillin, you should done skin sensitivity test. Then other adverse effect of penicillin. Penicillin can cause gastrointestinal upset. It also causes nephrotoxicity, but it is very rare. Broad spectrum penicillin like ampicillin, amoxicillin can cause superinfection. The superinfection result from alteration in intestinal flora. Okay.
So we have seen what is dental abscess, what is penicillin. Then we have seen classification of penicillin, what is the antimicrobial spectrum of penicillin, uses and adverse effect. Now we will coming towards our problem. Our problem is patient is suffering with dental abscess and he was prescribed benzathine penicillin along with amoxicillin, right? So here benzathine penicillin and amoxicillin both are penicillins. So here only one penicillin it is sufficient to treat dental abscess. Okay, benzathine penicillin and amoxicillin both are penicillin, but only one penicillin it is sufficient to treat dental abscess. Here now the question is, which penicillin is preferred in dental abscess? Because dental abscess it is commonly caused by Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococci. Okay, these organisms are responsible for causing infection. Okay, so here we will prefer amoxicillin over benzathine penicillin because we know that already we have seen
what is benzathine penicillin, what is amoxicillin. Benzathine penicillin, it is a natural penicillin and it is active against gram-positive microorganism, right? And amoxicillin, it is a extended spectrum penicillin and it has activity against gram-positive as well as gram-negative microorganism, right? So here amoxicillin has better activity against Staphylococcus aureus and Streptococci, whereas benzathine penicillin has poor activity against this microorganism. That's why we will prefer amoxicillin 500 milligram 3 times a day for 5 days in treatment of dental abscess. Okay, this dental abscess can cause fever, swelling, and inflammation. So we need non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. Okay, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug is necessary to treat dental abscess because they have good analgesic as well as anti-inflammatory action. Here we give ibuprofen 400 milligram 3 times a day for 5 days. Ibuprofen, it is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. It has good analgesic and anti-inflammatory action. So our prescription for dental abscess is amoxicillin capsule, amoxicillin 500 milligram 3 times a day for 5 days and ibuprofen 400 milligram 3 times a day for 5 days and follow up after 5 days. So this is the correct prescription for dental abscess, right? The correct prescription for dental abscess, capsule amoxicillin 500 milligram 3 times a day for 5 days. Amoxicillin, it is an extended spectrum penicillin. It is used for bacterial infection. Then tablet ibuprofen 400 milligram 3 times a day for 5 days. Ibuprofen, it is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. It has analgesic and anti-inflammatory action. It will reduce pain at the site of infection. So this is a correct prescription for dental abscess. Capsule amoxicillin 500 milligram 3 times a day for 5 days. Tablet ibuprofen 400 milligram 3 times a day for 5 days and follow up after 5 days. Thank you.